Hello and welcome to the Tech Creatic YouTube channel.
Streaming services are fantastic, but the standard of content you view can vary considerably depending on everything from your TV operating system to your broadband connection. If getting the best picture and sound quality is important to you, then there is no substitute for playback from a disc and one of the very best 4K Blu-ray players around. How to choose the right Blu-ray player for you. As filming technology advances with increasingly impressive stunts, sets, and graphics, filmed at ever higher resolutions and frame rates, 4K Blu-rays really let you appreciate the artistry of today's filmmakers with sharp details, seamless motion, and rich colors. So, Tech Creatic lists the best 4K Blu-ray player of 2022 you can buy, so let's start. Top 3 best Blu-ray players of 2022 you can buy today. Number 3. Panasonic DP-UB150EB Blu-ray player. This Panasonic 4K player represents great value for money. Feature-wise, it's a little sparse, but it's the performance that matters, and on that front it delivers. It can provide 7.1 surround sound, using a supported system, and the audio is nicely detailed, with an impressive sense of scale. There's a lot to admire when it comes to picture quality. 2 dark details are easily strong enough, while it handles 4K upscaling with aplomb. A great budget buys. It is a boxy and pleasantly compact player at just 32 centimeters wide and weighing 1.2 kilograms. There are few buttons, just on, off, and eject with an easy reach on the top. There's also a humble but predictably useful remote control with buttons just big enough to fit the bill. We like that the USB 2.0 port is easily accessible on the front for playback from a hard drive or memory stick. We reach for the power button on the remote control, and the Panasonic DP-UB150EB boots up with little fuss. We pop Season 1 of Game of Thrones on 4K HDR into the player, and head back to the beginning of the saga with the opening scene of 3 red shirts, who quickly find themselves missing their heads. If you have that many speakers in your home cinema setup, then you're likely to have an AVR to do the work instead, and will want to have this Panasonic player set to deliver the audio as bitstream. It can pass on Dolby Atmos and DTS-X information as bitstream too, which your AVR can then decode into more channels still. Once back out into the daylight, detail, on the whole, is good, with HDR contrast handled well. There's plenty of differentiation in the ice and the snow, and the bark of the trees is lifelike. The drops down to 1080p with jack reacher, and are pleased with how well this Panasonic can upscale. Colors are still strong as the camera pans the autumn leaves of the Pittsburgh suburbs. As with the sound, the picture is on the bold side. The Panasonic DP-UB150EB might lack the nuance and sophistication of more premium 4K Blu-ray players, but, for the money, it still makes an excellent case for itself. It's certainly a big step up from streaming, and will reward those prepared to make the effort and stick with physical media. Number 2. Sony UBP-X700 Blu-ray player. If you want an affordable route into the world of 4K Blu-ray players, the Sony UBP-X700 is a great option. It's one of the most talented 4K players we've seen at this kind of money. It's a fun, involving performance. Pictures are stacked with detail. The Sony displays a wonderfully subtle picture that's impeccably judged, while being hugely entertaining. Sound quality is equally stirring with its zippy, dynamic character complementing that class-leading picture. The Sony ticks most of the boxes you'd expect a player to at this price, and includes both Dolby Vision and HDR10 support, but no HDR10+. In our review of the 4K Blu-ray, we note how the film strikes an impressively naturalistic look for a fantasy film, and it's this quality that comes to the fore with the Sony X700. The X700 sounds a tad lightweight in comparison, though it never suffers any wince-inducing brightness despite the leaner tone. Despite not flashing the high-res audio badge, the X700 can play up to 24-bit/192 kHz files in all popular files, including WAV, FLAC, and DSD. Being a more affordable model, we're not surprised Sony has fitted the X700 with a different chassis to the X800. Its dimension is 4.5 by 32 by 21.7 centimeters, with a weight 1.4 kilograms. It may not exude the same sensation of premium quality as its older sibling, but the fact that it can deliver a subtler, more lifelike 4K picture on a tighter budget is remarkable. Despite not flashing the high-res audio badge, the X700 can also play up to 24-bit/192 kHz files, and supports a number of formats, including WAV, FLAC, and DSD. There's also smart functionality and twin HDMI outputs. This Sony machine is good enough to boost all manner of home cinema systems, so you can buy with confidence. The X700 is smaller, about 2/3 the size of the hefty, metallic rectangle of the X800. It's lighter too. The X700 is a fantastic player that makes watching 4K discs an affordable reality. Number 1. Panasonic DP-UB820EB Blu-ray Player. The DP-UB820EB results are sensational. The player serves up a wonderfully inviting and immersive picture, bursting with color and detail. It also produces a meaty and exciting sound, which complements the picture perfectly. All the main flavors of HDR are supported, including HDR10, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision, which means you can extract the most from 4K content. It's a very good upscale too, so normal Blu-rays should look the part on your shiny new 4K TV. The Panasonic DP-UB820EB is a chunky rectangle of a deck. It's a lot wider and taller than proper budget Blu-ray players, and the beefier dimensions give it a more substantial look. The bevel cut finish around its edges looks attractive enough, as does the brushed effect on the top panel. Its dimension is 6.3 by 43 by 20.4 centimeters with a weight of 3.5 kilograms. You get a matching chunky remote that fits nicely in the palm of your hand. The DP-UB820 also covers all the necessary bases where HDR, high dynamic range, formats are concerned. There's HDR10 and Dolby Vision support out of the box, and HDR10+ support too. The DP-UB820 is powered by Panasonic's clever, second-generation HCX, Hollywood Cinema Experience, picture processing engine. This means it can call upon the chip's HDR optimizer, which Panasonic claims will improve tone mapping in an HDR picture with static metadata. We fire up the player with Blue Planet 2 in 4K and HDR10. We head to the Galapagos Islands, where we're greeted with a detailed and sharply drawn volcanic landscape. The picture proves to be as vibrant and immersive above sea level as it is below. The DP-UB820 delivers a weighty and powerful performance that's capable of delivering explosions with plenty of gusto, but also in a controlled manner. If you bought into the 4K Blu-ray format and have a suitable home cinema setup, you need a dedicated player that can deliver on multiple fronts. The Panasonic DP-UB820 supports all major HDR formats and delivers a hugely immersive and impactful picture, backed up by a strong audio performance. At this price, it's a great buy. So, it is one of the best Blu-ray player of 2022, and maybe of 2023 you can buy. For more information, follow the links in the description. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel and like the videos.